The truth about the Republican Party. All talk, no action, raises money, has become a fundraising racketeering enterprise. You got to ask yourself this question. Joe Biden, brain dead, a criminal, incompetent, destroying the country after 2.5 years, the Democrats impeached Donald Trump twice. Why isn't it that the Republican Party, who just needs a simple majority vote in the House of Representatives, is not impeaching Biden? And even if a conviction is unlikely in the Senate, it sends a message. Now ask yourself this question. Why aren't certain cabinet secretaries being impeached? Mayorkas of Homeland Security, Buttigieg, who spends time with his male wife in bed with surrogate kids rather than doing his job, and others. And of course, Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of State. Why aren't they being impeached? And then ask yourself about the federal judges that are throwing peaceful protesters of January 6th in prison, putting them in prison without bail, and then giving them long prison terms just for what is alleged to be a simple trespass. And it's not even a trespass because that capital belongs to the people of the United States, including the peaceful protesters. This is the litmus test of your Republican Party. Don't expect them to do much of anything, even if they win miraculously elections in 2024, and they won't win because the Democrats have cooked the system. It's fraudulent. And even if they did win, what is it they've done when they've won? They didn't balance the budget. They didn't reform Obamacare in any major way. They didn't give us the clarion call in Afghanistan or, for that matter, Ukraine later on. They just go along because, hey, it's raise money time. And then the sad part is that people like Donald Trump, who have a good instinct, who know what to do, defaults back to the Republican Party at almost every turn. He defaults back to the establishment. And what happens? They wind up stabbing him in the back, and they'll do it again. So it is time for the American people to rise up. It's time to join Freedom Watch, our Justice League. It's time to support our citizens' grand juries, our citizens' trials, and the convictions that we're confident we're going to get of Joe Biden for bribery from communist China, Ukraine, and Russia, along with his druggy son and his brother and the rest of his corrupt family. Or Anthony Fauci, whose negligent homicide at best has given rise to the death of over 7 million people worldwide. More people dead with COVID, giving the seeds of COVID-19 to a Chinese military lab that obviously was creating a bioweapon that escaped. It's killed more people than Hitler at this point. What do the Republicans do about that? More dog and pony show hearings on Capitol Hill. And of course, the federal judges, I think they're quite upset. The federal judges who need to be impeached as well. So ask yourself this question. What do we have to do to get justice in this country? And we have to do justice because if we don't, the country will cease to exist. Now, those are Republicans calling. They're upset is what I say. I'm actually a registered Republican. We're nonpartisan at Freedom Watch. I just keep it to criticize them from within. But we need new political parties. We need a new government, not a new nation. We need a real, honest leadership. And we've got today is corruption on both sides of the aisle. And of course, then there's Fox News. You see what happened with Tucker Carlson. Well, you know what? Don't be fooled about that. They're both hypocrites. Tucker Carlson isn't a conservative. I can remember when I was on Crossfire many years ago when I was fighting the Clintons, and he was critical of me for bringing lawsuits against the Clintons. He did the first profile on me as a freelance writer, as a young reporter for Time magazine. It was a hit piece. Tucker Carlson's an opportunist, and so is Fox News. They are not truly conservative. So here's where we are, fellow patriots, ladies and gentlemen, members of the American jury. We ourselves must take action on our own, peacefully and legally. So go to freedomwatchusa.org. Support us with tax-deductible contributions. We need the help. We need to get bigger. We need to take back our legal system. We need to enforce the rule of law. We need to create a new government in our Third Continental Congress. We need more political parties. We need to start over again because this country's been virtually destroyed. That's my message for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Go to freedomwatchusa.org, contribute to our cause, get my book, It Takes a Counter-Revolution, Wake Up America, and get to work before all is lost. Remember, the Father and Son will only help us if we help ourselves. Thank you. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast.